What is up, everyone? I always really want to say we are live, but like I don't want like Bruce Buffer to pop in and be like, "I'm gonna sue you" or something like that. But tonight we got a live episode with my man Yela Man. What's going on, man?
Whoop whoop, man, wicked clown love, my boy. How you doing, man?
Oh man, you know me, I can't complain. It's all good.
Yes, sir, man. Chasing the graph. I like this thing right here. What's going on with this? Tell me something about this.
Basically I started it because I'm a huge autograph collector, as you can see. And I wanted to interview famous people about their autograph experiences because, we all ask these people for their autographs, but no one talks to them about their autograph experiences. That's what I created Chasing the Graph for. But I met Wild Thing Larry Isley, an individual who I'm sure you've heard of.
Hey,
And
that boy famous, man.
yeah, out of all the interviews I've done, his interview has the most views out of everybody.
Man, his name fits in well. I love Wild Thing, man. And you know what? He a heck of a race car driver. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's been racing around here for years.
Man, that's crazy, man. You would never think his business in the ring and how he handles his business in the real world. You never think that he was a race car driver too, man.
Nah, man, taking bumps on the track and in the ring.
Man, that dude is his name fits him well. Wild Thing, man. Shout out to the boy.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of got this off the ground because I hadn't even thought about wrestling since like the late '90s or whatever, and I met him at Don Cornotal's visitation, and then he was like, "Man, maybe we can use your platform to promote some wrestlers in the ALW," and then the last 3 months, man, wrestling has just consumed my life.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what you call, paying respect to the business, and the guys that come before you. If you love what we do in that square circle, man, you do things like that. You reach out, man. Everybody works together in this thing right here, and we use our platforms together to build things, and it's unreal the level of success we can all achieve together if we just work together.
I agree with you 100%, and that's what I've noticed just in the 3 months and being involved in wrestling, like just not just as a fan, but getting to know you guys and trying to, just give you guys another platform to promote yourself, maybe get you in front of some eyes that haven't seen you yet. And then the one thing I figured out, man, it's just one big family is all it is.
Oh yeah, man. Just like when I say whoop whoop for the Juggalo love, man, it's all a big family, like this 26 around my neck. Mercer County boys, fams and the hooligans. From every promotion I work on, we're all family, Midatlantic independent wrestling. We do music together. We do family functions together. We just all hang out, have a good time. There's
Brother
no
from another mother.
there's no race, sex, anything that divides us. We love each other. That's what's up, man.
That's what I've come to know over the last like 3 or 4 months. Just love and family is all it is. Just one person helping the next, and then the next person helping them.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's craziness everywhere you go, but that only pops up when you acknowledge it.
You nailed
All all we do is just look out for one another, whether we be battling on the mic against each other, whether we be beating each other from pillar to post in a square circle. I
it. That's what I like to hear, though. Let's
like
let's
it.
talk about let's talk about how you got started, man. Let's talk about where it all began for Yellow Man.
Oh man, it all began. Actually, the third Friday in August was my 10th year. I
Oh, nice.
I started in a promotion called Eastern All Star Wrestling (EAW). It was based out of Eden, North Carolina.
Mhm.
Guy ran it named Isaac Daniels. He was Man, I love them guys, man. And we went from the Eden Mall to 619 Urban Avenue. Man, I've been blessed in this business, man. 10 years, and they put up with me the way they did. You know, the way they did, man, from everybody from Robert Stanley to Corey Etzel to Michael Devine, the Scrapyard Dog. Man, you name it. Jimmy Love. Everybody's showed me mad love, man. 10 years strong, man. 2011 is where it all started in Eden, North Carolina.
That's unreal, man. A decade in the business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, it ain't an easy business either, man.
No, and just as a fan, like I just I always say this. People they get it necessary that wrestling is scripted and it's fake, this, that, and the other, and it is scripted to an extent. But at the end of the day, those moves you guys pull off are just a fraction of a misstep or a misplacement, and you could. I mean, there's no faking that. If just miss that mark by just a little bit.
I always laugh at the guys when they drop the F-bomb, man, because like at the end of the day, one of the buddies said it best. You wouldn't go and see Iron Man and be like, hey, Robert Downey Jr. about to really get in that suit and jump off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Very
we
good.
all know this, but the difference between us and them is we don't got no stunt doubles. We ain't got nobody. Mad love to my man Mickey Rourke that did his thing in the Wrestler in the new series, Heels.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one? Yeah, a couple of our buddies from the Mid-Atlantic's doing stuff for that, you know. But much love to all of them guys. But we ain't nothing fake about what we do. And all I would say is you'd have to try it out to find out.
I would put my next paycheck on that at least 95% of the people that use that forbidden 4-letter F word, that if they went to training probably 3-4 times max, they'll be like, nah, I'm done.
Man, I'll tell you right now, you familiar with the hcwa, right?
Oh yeah.
They got a show this Saturday night in Wentworth, North Carolina at it's the 9/11 benefit show for all the people that lost their lives in 2001, and we're doing something to try to remember them. Man, you go anywhere around HCWA and get in that ring with any one of them guys from hey, you know what? It's Johnny Rocksville's last match.
It is.
Johnny, you familiar with him, right?
Oh yeah.
That dude's a legend, man. You go up to him or I'd give you one better. The Mean Guys, Outlaw Wayne Taylor. Him and drop the F-bomb. Even Mr. Robert Stanley. He'll tailor you up real quick.
Hit you with the chops, man.
Oh, yes, sir, bro. And I'll be right down the street in Pelham. We're doing pure pro wrestling under the king of the Mid-Atlantic, handsome Jimmy Love, and you don't want to go there with him.
And speaking of the HCWA, I was there my first time ever going there. It was 2 weeks ago for Mania. Huge turnout, packed the house. Just standing room only. And you called out a pretty big man that night.
Man, it was Mason Mania. It was a big night. I was feeling myself. And it was crazy about the man that I called out Mecca Mercenary. I just want to say a little quick thing about guys like him, the CWF guys, the Mid-Atlantic guys that I grew up on, Mecca, the Fatback, Etzel, them guys kind of mentored me, Lee Valiant. I grew up watching them guys. So like when he answered my challenge, because it's not the first time I stepped in the ring with Mecca. I just thought, like, I upsetted the big man before. I thought that since I got a little bit better, I could do it again. And I mean, that ain't the thing to do. But guys like him, man, those are the ones that showed me the ropes. So it was an honor for me to step in the ring with him again, And I took that butt kicking pretty good.
Yeah. When you called out Merca Merca Masonary. I was Mecca Mercenary. I just messed it up like 4 times. But I was like, man, I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And then I was like, no, I got faith in my man, Yella. I've seen him in the ring before. He can hold his own. I was like, but that mercenary man, he's a big dude.
Oh yeah, man. But you see that my fight wasn't a fight, man. We wanted to hold it down for Mason. His fight was a lot bigger than mine. He's a real warrior. I wanted to, show him, hey man, I'm gonna try this big guy. I might get my butt kicked, but hey, but you're more of a fighter than me. So I'm gonna do this for you. I don't understand what you're going through, and I never will. But hey, we're doing this for you. And if you could take that kind of pain and fight, and you could stick it out, I could step in the ring with Mecca Mercenary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just drawing from that warrior presence that was in the building. Because Mason ended up showing up, and everybody went wild. The crowd went wild. Robert got on the mic and just hyped everybody up, and I think everybody was just drawing off of that warrior presence that was in the building.
Absolutely, man, Mr. Stanley, and I gotta give it up to man. Somebody don't really give him too much. A lot of people don't really give him too much credit, but my man JB Smooth, he was good guy, bad guy, but I tell you what, man, that dude is the heart and soul of the HCWA, man. JB Smooth, that guy, man, he's been around for a long time.
Another one of those that you looked up to, huh?
Absolutely, man. Both of them guys. Mr. Stanley, I've had the honor to step in the ring with him a few times, man. I got that butt kicking from him, too. Hey, his chops ain't no joke either.
He was telling me about him after we did our interview to try to, promote Mason Mania, and he was telling me about them chops. And two people, I've never took a chop before other than like me and my friends playing around back in the day. But I don't want to take a chop from Robert, and I don't want to take a chop from Wild Thing. Wild Thing at the ALW, man, he'll just slap the wall, and it sounds like a gunshot going off.
I tell you what, though, Wild Thing got a partner. Well, his former partner, Chaos. Man, you talking about a chop. Man, that dude will smack your chest through your drawers.
He showed me the video of him in Winston-Salem. I think it was last weekend, and he let this kid chop him twice, and he took him a little bit, and man, he chopped that poor kid one time, and even in the video, it sounded like a damn gun echo. And I was like, man, he caved that kid's poor chest in. I know he did.
Man, that's light compared to what they do to us. That's light. They just playing around. They just giving them a sample of what it's really like to step in the square circle. Man, I'm 5'6", 175. I'm the smallest guy. I gotta try to be at least a John in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotta make up for it somehow.
That's right. That's right. Shoot.
Yeah. While we're on the subject of the ALW American Lucha Wrestling, you've spent quite a bit of time with them.
Man, I love them guys, man. We've had a hard time. We've had a hard come up. Our family is separated a little bit, but the fight has always been there for American Lucha Wrestling. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. We're on independent wrestling TV. We're still doing our thing there. My man JM Gallo still holding it down. Like my man Lanier, man. We got Snooty Fox. We got the Burlington Boys. And you know what? Even we got a brother company they don't really claim us. And I don't really get involved in the politics, but I want to give a big shout out to Icon Pro Wrestling, the new and rising thing going on in Burlington under TKO Teddy Ireland, a former ALW star. He doesn't associate. I don't really know why with ALW anymore. Like I said, I don't get into politics.
Yeah, I understand that.
But family's still family to me, and and I just wish all of us would get back together and do our thing. Unfortunately, that can't always happen. But I want to give a big shout out to them too. Like all of these guys, man, we came up together. CWF was the thing going in Burlington, and it was heartbreaking when CWF. They had to. I don't know what happened there either, but it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. It just kind of
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was there one day, and then it wasn't there the next.
I got the privilege to do the last Battle Cave, man. And Trevor Lee came back and he showed his love with us. And you know, he does his thing with the big companies and stuff now. And well, we're proud of him for that. And my boy, the Bravado brother from Draper, yeah, he know who I'm talking about. Him,
Yeah.
his brother's doing his thing in the politics. I want to give a big shout out to them guys, man. I'm just so happy to see everybody succeeding. You know.
And that's one thing I love about this interview this far. We're 15 minutes in, and all you've done is build everybody else up and just shout out everybody else and just show love to everybody else. And I think that speaks a lot to you and your character. And I've enjoyed it. And that's what I think that's what this is all about. You know, it's cool to, promote yourself, get yourself out there, talk about what you're doing. But the fact that, you're just taking it that next level and just, showing love to the people that showed you love. And that's what wrestling's all about right there.
Man, absolutely, man. Because at the end of the day, even though the Yela Man, I'm gonna wild on them, style on them, put on all them chains, and go out there and shine on them. It ain't all about me, you know. It's all about building that next roster. It's all about acknowledging guys that helped me, guys like Dangerous E. Corey Etzel, legends to me, like Ted Lawson, Robert Stanley, King Jimmy Love, Sean Cruz. It's all about guys like Rick Diesel. That man has been running the independent circuit since 1992. You know what I'm saying? Like AIWF ain't nothing to sleep on either. Between us and the big companies, cable, brother. That's it. You know, it's all about building the next roster as well. And we got new guys coming up. The man who taught me what I needed to know, and I still don't know a lot, but the man who taught me what I needed to know was Jimmy Valiant. I was the class of 2020. Last September, I graduated BWC. Man, you know what he told me? He said, forgive. When you forgive, you will come to the next level. You will realize what your purpose is. When you learn to forgive, you realize who you are, man. And I did that. Jimmy Valiant taught me the ropes. And you know what? I want to show you something if that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to show you something that Jimmy Valiant did. Jimmy Valiant did this for me. He gave me this right here. He gave it to me. He said, read this, son. He said, read this. Read it from cover to cover. And no matter how many times you read it, you're going to learn something new every single time. That's why I encourage kids to go to camps like Firestar, under Cozone. If you live in that area, camps like School of Morton, BWC, Boogie's Wrestling Camp, anywhere you're going to learn, you know, you never stop learning. And that's the best part about this business, man. You grow every day.
And I imagine it's a little bit, a little bit more in depth, but just in life in general, you can never know everything and you can never know enough about what you're doing. And I can only imagine that wrestling is just a couple of steps above that, because you're not only, performing, putting on a show for the crowd, but you're also trying to keep yourself safe as well as another individual. You're kind of responsible for the both of you. And so the more you know and the more you grow, you kind of minimize that.
Absolutely, man. And you know, it's all about taking care of one of another out there. Like learning, growing together, like the whole roster, you know. You watch each other's matches, you learn from each other, you learn what not to do from each other. That's the more important part, you know. You got to learn what not to do, you know. And once you get that, you'll be in good shape, man. It took me 9 years to graduate from BWC. September 13th, 2020 was the best day for me in professional wrestling because I finally kept my mouth closed and I finally earned it. And Matt Houston, shout out to him and Lewis Moore too, the Midatlantic Outlaws, man. Them guys, man, they always told me, Yela Man, keep your daggone mouth closed and your ears open. And you know, Michael Devine told me, brother, he said, get good or get gone. Yeah, man. Hey, can I ask you a question?
I'm listening.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Are we
Of any stage, man.
of any stage? That's a tough one. I would probably say I'll go professional and then I'll go independent.
All right.
Professional, TV wise, big stage, I would probably go Darby Allin, AWE, and then independent circle, I've got to go with my man Tyler X.
Hey, man. Hey, I had the privilege to step in the ring with that boy. Hey, have you seen that match?
No,
I'm gonna send you that match, man.
yeah, do it.
That match, man. That match was so emotional, and it was so like, you know how us indie guys do, if that's what you want to call it. Like, I don't know how the internet fans or anybody call us. Well, it's good and bad as a matter of opinion. You know my
Yeah.
take on it. Only difference between us and them is cable. You know what I'm saying?
You're 100% right, though.
My take on it is this, man. Like, man, that match meant so much to me because Tyler was going through so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in a time I don't really want to speak on because you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a hard for him. But man, the fact that he trusted me and we got through that together, and that meant so much to him, man. That was a WrestleMania moment to me. And I don't mean to be doing that, but you know what I'm saying? That was a big moment in my professional wrestling career.
Yeah, and you're absolutely allowed to say, that it was a WrestleMania moment for you because it was. And to somebody in the crowd, they might have been like, "Oh man, that match was all right," but in your head, it was like the greatest thing ever. So hell yeah, it was a WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely, man. I didn't like I don't want to say I didn't like wrestling, but I was not a wrestling fan. I was more of like a Batman kind of guy. I was a wrestler fan. I like guys like Shawn Michaels. And I like guys like Lance Storm's my favorite. And Eddie Guerrero and Nancy's ex-husband. I like the stuff that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Owen. You know what I'm saying? The guys that taught me, like Dean Malenko.
The man of 1,000 holes, yep.
Oh yeah, man. Raven Havoc, he does some good stuff with his shows too, man. The Unholy Warfare guys.
Yeah,
man,
oh yeah.
That deathmatch stuff, man, is not. Man, that locker room is a whole different environment. Them guys, they think, oh, those guys are trash baggers, backyarders. Nah, bro. That ain't the case. That's family right there, bro. And them guys bust their tails just as hard, and if not harder than we do.
Yeah, man, when I was like younger and like into wrestling real hard, like me and my brother, we would get to playing around out in the yard and stuff like that, and like we would do it like not on the scale you guys do it, obviously, because we weren't trained, but like just being out there and my brother being like, "Let me put you through a table," and me being like, "No, you ain't put me through no table," and then you guys are like, "Man, let's put on a show for the fans, man. Let's take a light bulb to the forehead or something."
Absolutely, man. I had the honor to work in two of the Unholy Warfares, and I was gonna work in 4, but unfortunately life happens and I wasn't able to make it. Shout out to Colt 45, one of the toughest men to ever step foot in the ring. And I also want to give one to Ken Steele too, a man that mentored me. You know anything about Ken Steele, man?
I know of him.
Mid-Atlantic legends, man. I'm telling you, brother. That's all I'm about, brother. Is that Mid-Atlantic is my heart, bro.
I can tell, yeah. It seems like that's where your heart and soul is, and just where everything you like, has built you up and molded you to what you are has been the Mid Atlantic.
Absolutely. From Rick Kelly to classic Chris Collins, the Scott Rain, you name it, Scotty Rocker, bro. Like I get excited. Like, just talking about these guys, man. It's like it's hidden gems, brother.
And that's another thing, like, I love, like, you just said you've been doing it for 10 years. You just graduated from the boogie school, and you're still excited, man. I can just, I can feel it talking to you. And just after being in it for 10 years, I'm sure there's some people that just gave up after 5, 6, but it sounds like you got a lot of fire left in you, man.
Absolutely, man. You know what's cool? This Sunday is BWC's, I think it's the 29th graduation class. I was in the 28th. This Sunday is the 29th, and I get to compete in action, man. I get to compete at BWC again.
Well,
Pop Boogeyman lets me go. He's gonna let me do it one more time.
I know that's right. Man, I bet you're excited about that one too.
Man, I get excited about all of this stuff. You see the guys on my t-shirt, man. Like
one legend after the other.
one legend after the other. Let's take it back to the old school.
That's why I was so excited when I got to interview Don Cornotal, because he was that old school guy, man. He spent so much time in the NWA, and Sergeant Slaughter was his tag team partner, and they put on a show in Greensboro, North Carolina. It was Sergeant Slaughter and Don Cornotal versus Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, and they had people, like, the inside was packed. They had people standing outside trying to get in. And if I remember right, they had to turn away another like 1,700 cars packed full of people in them for that match that night.
Yo, man.
And that's just how them old school guys were.
Oh, absolutely, man. Foxy Roxy and them. You know what's crazy? Foxy Roxy, Kid Lightning, and Adam Hex brought me into business. I bet you didn't know that we were actual carnies. The biggest crowd I ever worked in front of. My trainer, Foxy Roxy, me and her at a daggone Lucha Libre ranch somewhere in, I don't know where in North Carolina. Man, that crowd was so big, man. You know how them old school crowds were. It was an outside, like, man, they had bullfighting right next to us. They had the mariachis on the stage. They didn't care when that lucha was on, man. Everything was going crazy, man. That was the biggest crowd that I've ever seen in my life.
Did it get to you a little bit, or you just like, nah, Yela Man's gonna do his thing?
I was probably 2-3 years in. Roxy is a legend. She is. Roxy don't care. Roxy's out there trying to take care of her student. I walk out there and I turn around, like, I literally turn in a circle, like, what? And like,
yeah,
I know what I got myself into. Yeah, but it was unreal, man. I didn't get the pinfall on her, but she kicked my tail. But you know what I'm saying?
I did a little bit of a promo with her and Dr. Xavier Blackstone, man. The Broken Doll scared the shit out of me, man.
Great guy, man. Zero, the Freak Show Zero. Have you talked to him?
No,
Man, that's my twin brother. Him and Katie Pierre, the Pink Prince. Man.
We got in here. Josh Guy says, Yellow Dude, cool interview.
Hey, Josh Guy, you know who that is? That's Double T. Man, he's a former hcwa alumni, man. That's my cousin. That's actually my blood relative.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
The hcwa, like you were saying, they got a little a special event tomorrow for the 9/11 anniversary. You gonna be doing anything in that?
If I get there in time and I get to lace up my boots, absolutely. I'll be at Pure Pro Wrestling. I got a bone to pick with the men in charge there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, since I left Big Money Inc. and I got a bone to pick. We just lost the tag titles. But I will be at HCWA for that last Roxville match, whether I be in the back with the boys, in the ring in action, or in the crowd with all of the HCWA fans, I will be there.
One way or the other, huh?
One way or the other.
That's what I love to hear, man. And what else do you have coming up, man, other than this weekend?
Next weekend, we got Bruiser Wrestling Federation. I make my return to Bruiser Wrestling Federation September 18th in Pamplin, Virginia, and Pamplin Fire Department. Man, Bruiser Wrestling Federation, I'm so excited to return. You know, we got all kind of stuff coming up, you know. Pure Pro Wrestling, HCWA. It's hard to tell what the Yela Man is got to score for you. You know, we the Mid-Atlantic Misfits. You know, we chasing the graph.
I love it. I love it. And tell people where they can find you on social media that you're on.
You can find me. I'm Yela Man, Facebook. You can find me on YouTube, Yela Man Wrestling. You can find me actually as just Yela Wrestling, my later stuff. I also do music. You can look up #Yela on Reverb Nation or Yela Man. You know, either one. There's 2 or 3 profiles because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta forget passwords and stuff. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Yeah, all you gotta do is just type in Yela Man and I'll pop up there.
Got your hands in a bunch of different pots.
That's right, brother. That's right.
I love it, man. Well, that's gonna do it, man. I really appreciate you taking the time with me. Like I said, you know, when I messaged you, I've seen you wrestle, you know, twice now, and I'm a big fan of yours. I'll continue to be a big fan of yours, and if you're there tomorrow night, I'll say what's up to you. We can meet in person, and if you're in the ring, I'll cheer you on, and if not, you know, we'll just shoot the shit in the crowd or something.
Absolutely, man. I want you to know this though. Yela Man don't have fans, he has fam. You the Yela Man's fam, brother. We gonna wild on them, style on them, put on all them chains and shine on them together. Hey, thank you for having me. And I will see you tomorrow, my man.
Absolutely, man. I'll be there. I hope everyone enjoyed this live stream with Yela Man. I know I did. It was a ton of fun. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their weekend.
Hey, man.